Man, I've done so many videos lately talking about investing your retirement into real estate. And I really don't think, I know that I'm a little old fella, and my opinion doesn't count for much. But I think if I were to give like one piece of advice if I were able to give like one piece of advice to all of America at the same time, then it would be, take positive ownership of your retirement investments. Stop investing in the stock market, things that have very little to do with you, your community, things that if they start going south, there's nothing that you can step in to intervene. I would say get out from a local perspective and find small businesses, find real estate investors, find uh, community movements that you want to be a part of that will better the lungible area that you live around, where you have the ability, if you make an investment and it starts going south, that you're able to somehow intervene and help, right? Banks are not kind to small business owners. It is really difficult to get lending, to get the appropriate funding from banks. So you can utilize your retirement funds, make loans to these small business owners, to these smaller real estate investors, people that you believe in, people that you know, people that you trust. And you could have a positive impact on your community by empowering that small business owner, by empowering that local real estate investor. And that way, our entire country isn't taken over by these monstrous companies that are fueled by Wall Street, as there have been tons of successful salespeople that have pitched all these 401ks and company sponsored and government sponsored retirement vehicles. Let's utilize the self directed versions of those where you actually have checkbook authority, where you can direct your investments. Take a little bit of positive ownership. Don't leave your retirement funds in the hands of Wall Street, people that you have never met, people that fundamentally cannot have your best interest, your family's best interest at heart. Invest locally. Invest in things that you can kind of hedge yourself against, because you'll be able to intervene. You'll be able to help the small business owner brainstorm, get creative, find solutions in the event that they start struggling. You'll be able to actually be left with an asset in the event that that local real estate investor defaults. If your investments in the stock market go south, you're not left with any asset, any real recourse. You're going to have your financial advisor look at you and say, hey, that's the market. You knew the risk as you were getting into it. If you invest with a local real estate investor, somebody that is actively working to fix up your community, to provide your community with things that it needs to increase and better the experience of living in that area, and you do a first position mortgage, well, in the event that that real estate investor messes up, defaults, you are left with that underlying asset. You're not left with a bunch of empty sorries. At the rate that we are currently going, at one point, I think, Wall Street, the way that they have access to capital, the way that inflation is going, the way that interest rates are correcting, I think the gap between larger companies and small startups are going to get insurmountable in any of the industries that don't have massive multiples. So right now, if you're a startup and you want to be a kind of overnight success, then the trades are not where you're going to go in, right? It's going to be more of the tech software side of things. Those are the companies that have the biggest multiple. Got to protect the soil that we love. Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.